what does the research tell us about the impact of rewards?
Yeah, so what the research tells us on the impact of rewards is rewards work great over the short term. So if I want my child to practice the piano and I tell them they're going to get ice cream after they will practice. Works very well. But one day I decide to stop giving them the ice cream. What will happen is they'll stop practicing. Now, if they were never going to practice to begin with, then I'm just back to where I was. But if I have a child who loves to play the piano, but I go ahead and give them ice cream as a reward, what happens, we think, is in their mind, they decide that the only reason that they played the piano was for the ice cream. And now when the ice cream goes away, they stop. And there are lots of studies showing this. So now if somebody's not already motivated to do something, it's fine to reward them to do it. The problem with grades and gold stars and other kinds of rewards in school is that children, when they first start school, are motivated to learn there. They go to school very excited about, what they're going to learn, what they're going to do. But children's interest in learning in school declines every year that it's been looked at, which is as early as third grade. Every year, the graphs just go down of intrinsic motivation to learn in school. And there's probably lots of reasons for that. You don't have much choice or self-determination in conventional schools. You're learning somebody else's program. It's not particularly interesting. Your body's not involved. We're more interested when we got embodied cognition. They're not allowed to work with their peers. They have to do their work all by themselves. They only get to talk to their peers at recess and lunch. So, there are lots of reasons for children not to like school and not feel motivated to learn there. But I think that the fact that they get grades is one of them. And, I hear this from my students, and Carol Dweck's research has shown it as well, that, you're fine as long as you're getting an A. But students have told me, and again, Carol Dweck's research and others' research has shown this, once you get that C, you decide you're not good at it. Because we take those grades as being not so much a reflection of the work that we put in, but especially I think that several European cultures are like this too. American culture, definitely, people more often have an entity theory of intelligence, so they think it's this fixed thing. And so once I get a bad grade, I must not be good at that. And so then they lose interest because they think they're not good at it now that they've gotten a bad mark. If there were never grades, and there were a few college professors experimenting with what we call ungrading. So just giving an evaluation. Well, Montessori is ungrading. There's never grades except when they have to for public school records, but or for a college application. But so then the teacher can just put a grade on it. But the child is not feeling constantly judged by that kind of evaluation. Rather, say in Montessori Elementary, there's a weekly meeting often with the teacher where the child goes over their work journal and shows the teacher what they worked on all week, and they discuss it. And the teacher can discuss with them, how their work looked, but it's not with judgment. It's not, I'm going to mark this as A, B, or C. It's, how have you done? And what else could you do? My daughter once told me, she went to Montessori through 6th grade. And she told me after she finished college, and she went to a rigorous high school and a very rigorous university, and she did very well at both of them. But she said to me, I never worked as hard in my life as I did at Montessori in school. And I said, well, that's strange. You went to this, very highly respected, for how difficult and challenging they are institutions. Why do you say that? And she said, well, when I went to high school and college, I knew what I had to do to get an A, and I would do that, and then I would stop. But in Montessori, there was never any end to what you could do. And Montessori teachers tell me that the children in the elementary and middle school classrooms, so that's ages like 6 to 15, the children come up, and it's probably true older than that too, the children come up with assignments for themselves. You know, they choose to take on problems that I would never have dreamt of assigning a child because it seems too difficult. But the children make up these really difficult assignments for themselves and then do them. Like coming up with the septinomial formula, for example, having done the binomial and the trinomial formula, they decide to see what it's like if you have, 7 variables.